Your Wi-Fi router is lying to you. It says it covers your whole house. But the second you walk into the back bedroom, head down to the basement, or step out into the backyard, the signal completely falls apart. And here's the thing. According to a 2024 study by the Wireless Broadband Alliance, over 60% of American households report experiencing Wi-Fi dead zones on a regular basis. You're paying for fast internet. You're just not getting it everywhere you need it. Today, we're actually fixing that. I went through the latest lab test results, hands-on evaluations, and expert analysis from PCMag, Broadband Now, HighSpeedInternet.com, GearLab, Tom's Guide, and Consumer Reports to put together the definitive list of the 6 best Wi-Fi extenders you can buy right now in 2026. Every single one of these is a current, an in-stock model. No discontinued hardware, no older generations, nothing outdated. I'm counting down from number 6 all the way to number 1, and I promise you that top pick at number 1 is going to surprise you. It outperforms extenders that cost twice as much. And the one at number 4 has a hidden capability that most people buying it don't even know about. Links to every product on this list are in the description. Let's get into it. Starting at number 6, we have the TP-Link RE315 AC1200. And I want to be clear, it's at 6 not because it's a bad product, but because it has real-world limitations you need to understand before spending your money. At $30 to $50, it's one of the most affordable dual-band extenders available right now from a brand that actually stands behind its hardware. It covers up to 1,500 square feet, delivers up to 867 megabits per second on the 5 GHz band and 300 megabits per second on 2.4 GHz, and sets up in minutes through the TP-Link Tether app. It also supports OneMesh and can run in access point mode if you ever want to use it that way. Here's what GearLab's lab testing actually found. On the same floor as your router, the RE315 matched extenders costing 3 times more at close and mid-range distances. That's genuinely impressive for a $50 device. But the moment testers moved it to a second or third floor, performance dropped hard, struggling to push past 15 megabits per second consistently. So if you live in a single-story home, a smaller apartment, or you just need to eliminate one specific dead zone on the same floor as your router, the RE315 is a smart, no-fuss pick. If your home has multiple floors or a large footprint, you'll want something higher on this list. And trust me, they're worth it. At number 5, the TP-Link RE550 AC1900. And this one has a specific superpower that catches people off guard. It covers up to 2,800 square feet, which is actually more coverage than several extenders on this list that cost significantly more money. That range comes from 3 external antennas working in coordination, and HighSpeedInternet.com calls it one of the best value extenders available right now, specifically noting that the combination of price and coverage area is almost unbeatable in its class. It runs on Wi-Fi 5, so combined throughput tops out at AC 1900. That's up to 1.9 gigabits per second across both bands. Not Wi-Fi 6, but for most households still running older routers, that's not a deal breaker at all. It comes with a gigabit Ethernet port and the same clean Tether app setup you get across TP-Link's entire lineup. Real-world users have consistently reported low ping numbers, stable speeds, and a standout feature. It remembers your router and reconnects automatically even after being unplugged. If your biggest problem is a massive dead zone at the far end of a large home and you're not ready to overhaul your whole setup, the RE550 at $60 is a genuinely hard argument to beat. Number 4 is where we fully step into Wi-Fi 6 territory, and the ASUS RPAX58 is worth paying attention to for a reason most buyers completely overlook. It covers up to 2,200 square feet, supports combined speeds up to 3 gigabits per second across dual bands, and has a 160 megahertz channel width on the 5 gigahertz band, which is a real, measurable speed advantage on modern smartphones and laptops that support it. In PCMag's lab testing, the RPAX58 reached 401 megabits per second at close range on 5 gigahertz, directly outpacing Netgear's EAX15 in the same test environment. Broadband Now found something even more interesting during their evaluation. This extender's upload speeds came in over 211% faster than its download speeds at close range. That's almost unheard of for a repeater-style device, and it makes the RPAX58 a standout choice for anyone working from home, doing video calls daily, or live streaming. Now here's the hidden capability I mentioned at the top, and this is the one most buyers don't realize. If you already own a compatible ASUS router, the RPAX58 doesn't just act as a repeater. It becomes a full A-mesh node, giving you seamless roaming across your entire home. Mine exactly like a dedicated mesh system, with zero extra fees. That is a premium feature hiding inside a $90 device. Setup is clean through the ASUS app or one WPS button press. The only minor downside, no AC outlet pass-through, so you lose the socket wherever you plug it in. Small thing, but worth knowing before you buy. Now, before we get to the top 3, and these are where things get really serious, stay with me, because number 1 is something that's been named Editor's Choice by multiple major publications at the same time, which almost never happens. Keep watching. Number 3 is the Netgear Nighthawk EAX80 AX6000, and this is where we shift into a completely different performance tier. But this is not a standard wall plug extender. It's a standalone device that looks and performs much closer to a dedicated router. It runs on Wi-Fi 6 at the AX6000 standard, meaning theoretical combined throughput of up to 6,000 megabits per second. It covers up to 2,500 square feet and comes equipped with 4 gigabit Ethernet ports, making it an excellent anchor for a home office or entertainment room that needs wired connections in multiple spots at the same time. GearLab's performance testing on Netgear's EAX series hardware showed some of the most consistent ping and jitter results of any extender they put through their lab, rarely exceeding 1 millisecond of jitter in iPerf3 measurements. For competitive gamers and people on back-to-back video calls, that consistency is not a luxury. It is the whole ballgame. HighSpeedInternet.com specifically recommends the EAX80 for multi-user households that need maximum speed and strong device capacity under real load. Yes, it's the highest-priced option on this list. But if your household has 4, 5, or 6 people all pulling serious bandwidth at the same time, streaming 4K, gaming, video calling, the EAX80 makes a case for every dollar. Runner-up at number 2 is the Linksys RE9000 tri-band, and it earns that spot for one reason that completely separates it from every other extender on this list: raw coverage. The RE9000 can blanket up to 10,000 square feet. Not a typo, 10,000 square feet. It runs on tri-band Wi-Fi with 3 separate bands operating simultaneously. It comes with 4 gigabit Ethernet ports, one of which supports a dedicated wired backhaul to your router for a more stable connection, and supports seamless roaming when paired with compatible Linksys MaxStream routers. HighSpeedInternet.com specifically recommends it alongside the EAX80 for users who need expanded device capacity and wired connectivity across larger spaces. If you have a 2-story home, an open floor plan that swallows normal extenders, a garage workshop, or you're trying to push a reliable signal out to a backyard patio, the RE9000 handles all of it. The honest trade-off, per band throughput, is lower than the EAX80. So if raw speed in an average-sized home is your main goal, the top pick on this list is a better fit. And it costs less. The best Wi-Fi extender you can buy in 2026 is the TP-Link RE550 AC1900. And what makes this pick so satisfying is what you're getting for the price. For around $80 to $100, this is a Wi-Fi 6 extender that simultaneously holds PCMag's Editor's Choice, tops Broadband Now's Best Of list, and leads HighSpeedInternet.com's rankings, all at the same time. That kind of cross-publication consensus at this price point is genuinely rare. It covers up to 2,400 square feet, supports up to 64 simultaneous devices, and delivers a combined speed ceiling of up to 3 gigabits per second across dual Wi-Fi 6 bands. In Broadband Now's hands-on testing, the RE715X consistently pushed over 300 megabits per second on a gigabit connection using its 160 megahertz channel width, more than every other extender they tested at identical distances. Even at far distances from the router, it maintained strong speeds without the dramatic drop-off that nearly every other model in its price range shows. They also documented roughly a 25% real-world speed advantage over Wi-Fi 5 alternatives, driven by its 1024 QAM access enhancement, a legitimate, measured performance gain. On Wi-Fi 6 capable devices specifically, Broadband Now recorded speeds approaching 400 megabits per second, which is exceptional for a repeater class device. It has a gigabit Ethernet port, one mesh support for seamless mesh networking with compatible TP-Link routers, and works straight out of the box with all major US providers: Xfinity, Spectrum, AT&T, Verizon, you name it. For most American households in 2026, this is the one answer that covers almost every use case without requiring you to think twice about the price. So, to wrap it up, if you're on a tight budget and just need to handle one dead zone on the same floor, the RE315 gets the job done. If you need maximum coverage area above all else, the RE9000 reaches spaces no other extender on this list can touch. If you want the best performance per dollar in 2026, the RE715X is the clear answer. And the data from multiple independent labs backs that up. All 6 product links are sitting in the description right below this video. If this saved you some time and cut through the noise, hit that like button. It genuinely helps the channel. Subscribe if you want more buying guides like this one. No fluff, just the information you actually need. See you in the next one.